Alrighty, gamers. Hope you're doing good. We are ready to game. Although I just realized my Spotify's not coming through on Twitch. There we go. We're good. Okay. There. That should be a good spot for the mic. Okay, we can boot up our treadmill and start going. And I think today we are going to be doing the follow-up quest for In Search of the Meyer Key. So that'll be fun, right? That'll be fun. I think it's called Darkness of Hallivale. And I don't remember what we need. It doesn't look like we need a lot, actually. Which is good. We need 2 planks, hammer, 8 nails, a knife or a sickle, and telekinetic grab runes. That's not bad. Although I can take a pickaxe. It recommends taking a pickaxe, so let's go grab that and the knife really quick. And then it says armor and some food, or 43 prayer to use protect from melee. We have that. We will be using 43 prayer. That being said, I will want to restore my prayer before we go. Yo, Javer, what up, gamer? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome back, dude. How goes it? How goes the day, the RuneScape, the everything? How are you, dude? Doing good. Glad I can hop back on this treadmill and game a little bit. I'm ready to do some quests. We've gotten a lot done so far, but there's still plenty more to do. So what are you up to? Are you doing Slayer still? I'm starting a quest called Darkness of Hallivale. Took a break from that. I'm at Bounty Hunter just looting. Nice. I've never done Bounty Hunter. I need to turn Spotify down a bit. There we go. Who up milling they tread? We up milling my tread. We're ready to game. Ready to do some Darkness of Hallivale. I say that now, but I'm sure it's gonna be a pain in the butt. I need a hammer. And then all I need now is 2 planks, so we're gonna run over to fishing trawler. I am ready to game today. I think today, since it's going to be my last day streaming for the week, I'm going to end the stream with a 5K. I would like to stay on top of stay on top of that. Let's see, Shades of Morton. Agi training? Probably Agi training. The only other thing I could think of it would be good for is like rune crafting. For Guardians of the Rift. But I don't know. Not really something I want to be doing right now. I think Agi is more pressing. The Agi does need levels. I think from here, I could get to 70 with just quests. But some of those quests might be a little hard. Hello again, how's things? Very good. I'd say our mission to establish a new hideout has been a great success. All thanks to you, of course. With the hideout sorted, we can now start focusing on the vampires again. We're looking to reestablish contact with the Sanguinesti region. Gotta stay hydrated. I also want to look into diplomatic mission into Misthalin. The support of the king would be very helpful in our fight against Draken. Is there something I could do to help out? Well, we could use some help with scouting a route into the Sanguinesti region. Are you interested in learning more details? Yes. There should be another group of Myarchy working in the Sanguinesti region. We need to reestablish contact with them. We need a route to the region. It's surrounded by a wall. It's impossible to get over. That said, you might be able to find a way around the wall at the point where it meets the sea. Perhaps there's something in Bergerot that could help you. Yeah, there's a boat. Once you're in, try to establish contact with the Myarchy there. I'm sure they'll have sympathizers amongst the citizens. Someone should be able to point you in the right direction. Beware of the Firewatch. They're powerful vampires that control the region. We haven't found any way of killing them. Even the Rod of Vivandus does nothing. Cool. This is going to be an easy quest, right? Nothing could go wrong here. It's not going to take forever. There's not going to be a lot of backtracking. It's going to be straightforward and to the point. Just like all RuneScape quests. Definitely. What are you up to today, Mitz? Fix the boat. A silly little book idea the last couple days? Do tell. Unless you don't want to tell, then that's fine. We go in Magic Cowboys. That's pretty sweet. That would be such a fun tabletop game setting. Wild West. Is there any Wild West TTRPGs? I'm sure there are, right? There's gotta be. We breaking in. We're into the city. I don't remember what I have to do for this quest other than go through the city a couple times. And I remember that that's super annoying, so. I really need to meet the Myarchy. If you can't talk to me about them, maybe you know someone who will. Old Man Rao. How can Old Man Rao help me? He can give you some background information. Deadlands. Let's run past these Firewatch. I don't want to get caught by them. Someone told me you could help me. People say things they do not mean. Many times this has been true. They said you were well informed. In fact, they had a name for you. The Sage of Sanguinesti. Sage of Sanguinesti. Yes, yes. Saying you were the local font of knowledge. Is that what they call me now? Yes, yes, all the time. And only in the most respectful way. Has a nice ring to it. Yes, that sounds like they're referring to me. What else did they say about me? They said you might be able to help me find some people. Some hidden people. Did they hide themselves or did someone else hide them? Well, hopefully they hid themselves. I need to make contact with the Myarchy. All right. Time to go through the city. This is quite the path through the city. Gives me Agi XP though. We taking it. It's like 4, but 4 is better than none, I guess. How did people do this without quests? This had been terrible. That guy looked like he was going through it. Yeah, Quest Helper is indeed a godsend. It gives you very minimal quest or Agi XP. Like that one was 5. On my Iron Man I didn't start using Quest Helper until pretty much the end. I used the wiki and just had it open on the second monitor, and that was crazy. It was not the best, but we did it. Doing it without a guide though would be so hard. Does it rain here? I bet it rains here a lot. Yo, look at the ocean out there. There's like little red things going on. That's pretty sweet. Oh, if you could fall here, I would be so mad. Perpetual trench foot type beat. Yeah, probably. I'm sure it's probably a pretty awful place to live. Like even if the vampires weren't here, I'm sure it would be an awful place to live. But add the vampires on top of that, it's soul crushing. Vampire Florida. Yeah. I don't think I need the nails or the hammer or anything of the sort anymore. I need the pick, but I don't think I need the hammer. So I'll keep them for now, but they could be useful. I found part of a ladder. I don't trust any ladder that is in pieces already. But I guess we're using it anyway. What a fun quest. But we only have to do it once. And we're already almost halfway done with the quests, like number wise. We're at 85 out of 178. That's pretty good. A lumpy rug. We found it. I think this is... I don't think we get attacked until the second time we come back, but... Vertida cephalatus. Hey, you're with the Meyer key. Who are you? What are you doing down here? I'm a friend. I've come to help. Oh, and I'm supposed to just believe you. It's true, I was sent by Veliaf. We've just moved base from the hollows of Berdirat. He's still alive? Amazing. Well, you make a convincing story, so I guess I'm going to believe you. For now. Anyways, I'm Vertida, one of the Meyer key here. What brings you to this miserable place? To Vampire, Florida. I was asked to make contact with the Meyer key here. Well, it seems like you've done that. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll write you a message to give to Veliaf as proof that the Sanguinestia Order of the Meyer key still exists. Cool. Okay, thanks. Now it's back to Berdirat. Yo, Lost Prophecy, what is up? 6 minutes before a minigame teleport. I think it'll take us about that long to get back there anyway, so I'm just going to wait on the minigame teleport, I think. I don't know what there is that we can do in the meantime. There's a master farmer we can pickpocket for 6 minutes. I should really start upgrading my POH because it will be huge. Oh, is Lost Prophecy gone? There we go. No, you're not. It says there's 0 YouTube viewers, so I was curious. Yeah, we're working on Sins of the Father questline for that sweet Herblore XP, but it's gonna be a challenge with these current stats. I'm gonna try and get. I've been thinking about getting my attack to 60, or sorry, to 70, and then my defense up. But he does magic damage, so my defense doesn't really matter that much because of how magic defense is calculated. Um, so attack is more of a priority. Um, but yeah, 90k Herblore XP is hard to pass up from a quest pre Song of the Elves. So hoping that I can get it done. It's gonna be a rough one for sure. But I think we can do it. That's why was working on RFD not too long ago so that I could get Barrow's gloves. Because Barrow's gloves are going to be important. I'm thinking about how to get on a Slayer task for him and barely beat him. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be rough. I've been thinking about getting my range level up to be able to equip Dragonhide armor. Because I'm gonna need every little advantage I can get. So yeah, Vanstrom is rough. He's gonna be pretty hard. So Black D'hide for sure. Yeah, that means 60 range, right? So gonna take me a while. And I dropped all my arrows yesterday so I could keep the Ancient Blessing. So I'm down like a bunch of steel arrows. I dropped 12k, which felt really bad, but I don't want I should have just used them, honestly, but I can buy them back, I guess. So um yeah, that kind of hurt, but Blessing is really good. I didn't want Blessing just eating up an inventory slot or the arrows. Blessing is pretty good. If it was any other Blessing, it would be really, really good, but it's Ancient Blessing. I don't see myself doing any necks on this account. Maybe we will group necks one day with viewers, but I don't know. Torva just doesn't seem worth it anymore, you know? Not with Oathplate. Oathplate's just as good, if not better, and easier to acquire. I've only done necks like a handful of times, and it was awful. Not my favorite boss by any means. I think we probably can teleport to Shades now. Another minute. I think I couldn't train my sailing last night very much. I ended up just doing what should we call it, salvaging, because I didn't realize for the Barracuda trials I need an oak mast. Um, so today before we log off, I'm going to upgrade my boat. So that I can do the Barracuda trials while I'm sitting. Because that will be very nice. Did they roll it back? The nerf for salvaging, you mean? Because I saw a little bit on it, but I didn't look into it too much because I haven't done a ton of sailing. I heard about it, but I heard about it today, so. It's quite slow. Yeah. Yeah, and I agree with you a lot. I think it feels really good. It definitely needs some more training methods. Um, they have the salvaging. Yeah, because they uh did some stuff with like making it 5 tick and then yeah. Um yeah, I think sailing feels really good. It feels not complete, right? Like it feels like an early skill. Feels like it's a skill that came out a couple weeks ago. Um so I'm sure that there's going to be new stuff that they'll roll out for it that's going to make it feel even better. I have like it feels okay, but there's so much they've set it up to grow as a skill very well. Um so talk to Drezel under the Paterdomus Temple. Okay, we are going to Fairy Ring there. But yeah, I mean, like all I've done so far is salvaging and um, port tasks, so I can't really say much to it, right? Like I'm not super far into sailing, but it does feel good so far. Um, but as far as like the other methods of training it, I can just fish and um, Barracuda trials, right? So I've done about like half of what it has to offer. I guess charting too, right? But charting is something that's kind of I don't know. Doesn't really feel like a training method. It's a one-time thing. Deep sea trawling for the new fish. Yeah. I haven't done any ship combat. I did forget about that. You can do the bounty tasks or whatever. Oh, does this guy give us the jog ammo? I think he does. Jog on that mat. Sit-ups. This food, yeah, the 24, and then the fast food. I can't remember what the fast food is, but the marlin I'm super excited for. On my other account, I'm like 90 fishing. Um, so I'm excited to do that. Um, yeah, there's the bluefin, which does health and prayer, and the yellowfin restores run energy. That I think they're really cool. I was kind of um, I don't know. I felt pretty reluctant to have the combo food and the new combo food and the we got a camo top. Okay, that's fine. I was pretty worried, like nervous about the new food. But it's really only going to change like combo eats in PvP, right? I don't think it will really be meta for anything else. I'll use it. Um, I just think like brews are still better hit points per inventory anyway. So So I guess it's fine, is what I'm trying to say. Like, it's okay. But I was a little worried about what that would change. Yeah, it's 2 more, but across the whole inventory, right? That's a lot. 80? No, 40, sorry. Which is essentially just like 2 extra. So it's fine. But oh my gosh. Best drop on this account? Ooh, rock golem. I just got knocked out by a werewolf. Rock golem, and then what's the other one? The baguette, stale baguette. Non-pet, the stale baguette, I think, right? Like, I don't think I've gotten many other. Dragon Warhammer, 125 KC. I got mine at 300 on my iron. That's pretty sweet. And then I got Bofa, Dragon Warhammer, and Abyssal Whip, all in 3 days. It was a crazy, crazy week for the account. But yeah, like I haven't done very many grinds for drops yet, so it's just kind of like random event stuff. Because I only have 36 collection logs. I don't even know what they are. But yeah, pet was at 71, mining, which is pretty nice. CG is the black, or the bane of your existence. Yeah. CG kind of, it made me take a couple breaks for sure. CG is content, but I mean, you can skip it now, right? Like, it's still really good. Both is still really good. But Adaladdle's pretty good too. So I've thought about getting away on this account without Bofa because it's going to be like if I go on drop rate 400 miles. But yeah, I mean like yeah. You can get away with if you really don't want to do CG, you can get away with Adaladdle. But it is it's still worth the investment, I think. The Bofa, I mean, because it is good, and having no ammo requirement, that's what really puts it over the top for me. That's really good. Talk to King Roald in Varrock. I need to buy some more air runes while I'm here. Blowpipe Missouri, better, I think. It depends on what you're doing. For sure, but Missouri's like also, Missouri, so Adaladdle's just easier to get. It's a nice, easy to get like gap filler that you can use to get Missouri and stuff. But again, right, it depends on if you're on an iron or not. So, but yeah, blowpipe's pretty good. I'm like 760 kills in without blowpipe on the iron. My buddy's at 2x drop rate, no blowpipe. So, and I don't like Zulrah. Zulrah's fine. I'd much rather do CG than Zulrah, I think. The CG fight's great. Prep sucks, but the fight's fun. Hunleaf is fun. But yeah, the prep is just awful. Cause it's just so much time. Okay, we're talking about some grave important stuff. It sounds pretty grave. Please go on. I've been helping a collection of brave freedom firedoms called the Myrarchy. They've been fighting against vampires and their ruler, Lower Neil Draken. Lower Neil? What a nerdy name. Now, no wonder they call him Count Draken. We're all too aware of Draken and his vampires. What risk do they pose to Misthalin now? Draken and his kin farm humans for blood. People, my lord, like your own loyal subjects. It seems the werewolves have been kidnapping people from this side of the Salve and using them as blood tithes. That is awful. Yes, of course, we must do something. What YouTubers do I watch? I haven't watched a bunch in a while, but like No Monkey, watched Settled. Can't remember like the ones I used to watch. Oh, I really like what's his name? Mad Season. Mad Season's doing he's a WoW guy, but he's doing a guideless Iron Man playthrough, and he's really entertaining. I did like Savix and Guzu while they were playing. They were fun to watch. Sardako's kind of like where I'm going to go now that those guys are gone, I think. Those are the big ones. Josh Isn't Gaming is one of my favorites. I think I've seen him. Let me refresh myself real quick. Yeah, I've seen him. He does like restricted accounts, right? Chunk locked. Yanil one chunk. Yeah. I've seen some of his stuff. It's pretty good. I've never done a chunk locked account. That would be fun to do. Yanil only extreme one chunk. Yeah, that would be hard. Very charismatic. That's quite the account. That would be hard. Trying to think of who else I watch. Can't remember. I'll have to look through them. The edicts are likely more than propaganda created by the followers of Guthix. His grind for the Visage in Taverley Dungeon was nuts. Yeah, that would be yucky. That would be really gross. 20k black dragons. Yeah, I'd rather walk on the treadmill, I think. That's so gross. That's a lot of black dragons. That's... What did he use for food? Because, like, I don't know what you would use, right? Like, that's gross. You wouldn't have potions either, right? Safe spotting them, and he ran out of arrows. Yeah. Okay, they're looking for the Guthixian edicts to figure out splash on the dragons with Serp Helm and Swamp Trident. Then he did the 1 damage thing. Yeah, and got the kill with Venom. Yeah, okay. Um, that's like kind of a crazy strat, but you can roll a hit even on a zero, or like you can roll a hit even when you're splashing, and then if it's a hit, I don't know how it works either. I do know that like there's some janky stuff can do to get it to Venom. Um, yeah, it's pretty weird. But I don't know, that does seem like a gray area, at least for how I would try and do an account. But I mean, that's kind of it. Auto envenoms. I thought you had to get a hit, or is it just have to hit with it, or like attack with it? But like it is, as far as like how I would do the account, I think it's kind of a gray area for me. But like I gotta hand it to him. 20k dragons is that's a he's got the dedication that I do not. So zero but no splash. Um, yeah, I don't know how you do it. In bird or rock, can we just teleport back there? Maybe we're already here, so maybe we just go for it. We'll run over there. We'll take a jog. Okay, we gonna run through the swamps. We're almost at 500 miles. Total distance of the U.S. is 2,880 miles. Widthwise. So like 672 is 20%. Forest Gump over Escape accounts. Yep. Agility level 60. IRL, I do not know. Think we're gonna end the stream with some agi tonight though, because I would like to do a 5K. I want to run a 5K tonight. Yo, benevolent gremlin, how you doing? Welcome into the stream. Thanks for the motivation. We are going for it. Needed to take a break for a while, get my motivation back. Did some editing today, and I think surprisingly, of all the things I've done to try and get my motivation back, that was one of the best. So, when I hop off tonight, I'm gonna get back to editing. I want to get the next video out. It's been too long. So, don't forget to stay hydrated. We back. Yeah, I hope so. I hope we're back, baby. We've been starting to stream regularly again, so. How do Guthixian edicts prevent Roald from sending troops? A war in Mauritania will risk disturbing the balance between Saradomin and Zamorak, so the Guthixians will need to intervene. Okay. Church of Saradomin is looking into it right now to see if it's true. There's long been a desire by the Church of Saradomin to see Guthic's power eroded away. This stinks of politics. They're just using the situation here for their own gain. Wow, politics. That sucks. Rod did agree to enact a mercenary protocol. He said it was the best he could offer. Guthic's enlightened centrist type beat. Yeah. What should we do now? There must be someone else we can turn to. The Sanguinity Order of Hierarchy of these events. Please go back and give them the information. Okay. We're going back. We're headed back. Gotta run through the city again. Getting exercise tonight. Jog back over to the boat. Please don't steal my blood. I need it so I can run. Oh, this is where we can use the Firewatch to teleport, though. So maybe we do want him to steal our blood. Kinda. We want him to send us to the mines. Thanks, Mitz. Send me to the mines! How many do I take? 15. Gotta love these. Gotta love these quests. They're definitely like a little zen mode. Playing RuneScape in general, I think, is until the end game when you're doing end game stuff, but can't you use day alt ore for something? There's like day alt essence, right? I've never done it though. My rune crafting I don't think has ever been high enough. That's 9. Day alt essence. Is obtained in the day alt essence mine. Okay, so that's different. By trading day alt shards, each day alt shard transfers single essence and is sent to their bank. Unless you're a UIM, then you just get it in your inventory. Gives 50 extra XP per essence. But it's multiplicative with the Orania altar bonus. That's pretty cool. So you can get big XP at the Orania altar. 155% extra. Okay, I filled the mine cart. Get me out of here. Call me a blood sack and get me out of here. Oh, wrong door. The door is locked. Oh, I have to go up. Just follow quest guide. Follow quest helper. Hey, cool. Okay. All right, Vertita. I'm back. What can I do for you? I have a message from Believ. It's bad news. Roald won't be able to offer support. On my way to Varrock, I came across beasts on the other side of the River Salve. I think they were werewolves working for the vampires. That's crazy disastrous. Things seem to be going from bad to worse. You will have to communicate this information to Saflan. He needs to know as soon as possible. He's sketching the castle, learning more about it. You'll need to search the southeast. You'll need to search the wall southeast of the barricade to release the lock. Yo, Captain Conway, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to make him better. I'm trying to learn from every video I put out, and find a good balance for him. But yeah, man, I do appreciate that. Had to take a break for a bit, but I've been working on the next video. So hopefully it will be even better than the last. It's been a fun challenge. It's always good to hear from people who watch it. We're working through some Sins of the Father tonight. Well, not Sins of the Father, but the quest line for it. So, but yeah, I am glad you enjoy the videos, because they take a long time. For a 10-minute video, they take a long time. So I cut a lot of stuff out. There's a lot of effort that gets put into them. So, but it's been fun. It's been super fun. Climb the wall. Yeah, I've learned a lot about editing, I think, and learned a lot more about RuneScape. Playing an Ultimate Iron Man has been fun, very interesting. Definitely makes me problem solve in different ways, especially with the treadmill restriction. I think the more restricted you play an account, the more you learn about the game to a certain point. How sometimes I think if you play too restricted, it can just be a lot of repetition. Um, but as far as but if you don't get too restricted, then you can learn a lot about the game. I didn't ever notice that there was water dripping off there. That's actually super cool. It's a little aqueduct. We're almost at 500 miles too. We're gonna hit 500 miles tonight, which is pretty sick. You push and hear a mechanical click. Okay. Is that what I was supposed to do? Maximize efficiency, but not enough that you dread playing it in the first place. Cardio is healthy too. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Because there are some things like rune crafting and agility. We're going to do 5K, I think. I'm going to try and do a 5K every week. So I'm going to do a 5K tonight at the end of stream. Because the cardio is good. And it will help me... because I had to take a break for a while, I haven't been quite as... I need to work back up to the endurance that I had before. And the 5K will help. And I've been taking breaks over weekends, and I was so excited about this account when I first started that I just didn't take breaks. And it was not good. It wasn't healthy. I would just work myself until I was way too tired and push myself too far. So I'm trying to enjoy the count and keep my motivation up for playing it without pushing myself too hard. So it's a delicate balance with this account, I think, with anything in life, right? But especially with this account, because I don't want to just destroy my knees and not be able to play or whatever. But it's been fun, and I'm super happy with the progress that we've had for a 4-month-old account. Especially UIM with these restrictions. So we've kind of gone for it. Yeah, enjoyment is, because otherwise I'm just gonna burn out and not want to do it. There's definitely gonna be some challenges with that though. Corrupted Gauntlet is gonna be pretty hard. That's gonna be a test of my endurance, mentally and physically. I'm very much looking forward to it though. What else is going to be fun? Inferno. I want to do Inferno on this account so bad. It would be such a big flex. So that's... I think the first goal was CG, but now that I've tested CG and I know I can do it, and I can I can do it pretty well. Not like great, right? But I could do it. Without much practice, I was able to do it. So without any practice, actually, the first run I did, I got through it. So that has got my motivation up to try some crazier things on this account for sure. And it's just a matter of getting there. For now, I think the grind that I'm most worried about is I don't know the XP rates on cannonballs, ceiling cannonballs, sorry. But I think it's pretty good. I think it's really good. And I want to get to the 50 sailing and 87 thieving as quick as possible. So that's going to be my AFK. I wonder if consistent motion would make fine mouse needed for more mechanically complex tricks like prayer flicking. I could make it less consistent. 100%. It's fine for moving. I found that it's fine for moving, but prayer flicking is actually much harder than prayer flicking is hard. So what I've thought about doing is you can buy like rings, or I thought about buying a clicker like people use for presentations, and hooking it up as a mouse. So that way, because what makes prayer flicking hard is keeping my mouse still while I'm clicking, not necessarily the clicking to the beat. So if I can get a clicker where it doesn't, even if I move my hand, it won't move the mouse, and I'm just clicking the button, that will solve the problem. So I've thought about that because yeah, it's pretty hard. Because I did some Slayer. I've done some Slayer since the last video. I'm at 48 now. And that was hard to prayer flick. Because I didn't want to have to walk back and forth from my food source to the Slayer task. So I just prayer flicked the whole thing every time. And it was pretty awful. I want to read through this quest. I don't read through many quests, but they're releasing the sequel to it next year sometime. So I actually want to read through this time. Lady Venescula, we're getting maximum yields from the current rotation, and more tides are coming in all the time. Good, you seem to be well in control. If I remember, madam, I had little choice. You were quite persuasive the last time we met. Vanstrom Klaus. That's the guy we're going to fight. Venescula Draken. Vanstrom, you do make me laugh. Perhaps a light refreshment. This is from the fresh batch. Why, with these blood tides, you're really spoiling us. Go, that's some crazy stuff. Their heads are just going crazy. Viciously efficient as ever, Vanstrom. You never fail to please us. Is that Ranus Draken? Is that who that is? Well, it's been lovely as usual, Vanstrom. Yo, the spooky vampire faces! But we really have to get on. The same is true for me, milady. He just did the milady thing. Ooh, that's a little spooky. Be prepared to tank some hits from Brandstrom Klaus. So this is where I turn Mavampy. This is where I need to turn Protect from Melee on before I sketch. It probably wasn't. When did Darkness of Hollowvale release? 2006. It may have been, because I feel like it was starting to be. Because I think what sealed it was WoW. What is it? The Scarlet Monastery. If you know what I'm talking about, there's a portion there where it gets used, and I think that's probably what helped start it. I mean, there was plenty of things that helped start it, but I think that was a big one. We meet again. Prepare to die. Fight me, nerd. This guy's gonna kick my trash at the end of Sins of Father. I'm gonna have to do that fight like 2 or 3 times, I think. At least 2 or 3. It's gonna be hard. Oh, he knocked me out. But a roundhouse kicked me. Sarius Guile. Sorry for the interruption, Lord Vanstrom, but Lady Venescula's requests that this individual be questioned before being used as a punch bag. I take no orders from food sacks like you, Guile. Attend to this yourself. In any case, he wasn't much of a punch bag anyway. Bro! Awaken. There are things for you to know. Your life may be forfeit for now. Your life may be forfeit, but for now you live. My mistress will understand my motives. She has an interest in one they call Saflan. Safalan? As a gesture for intervening on your behalf, I'd take it as a kindness if you were to deliver this message. Oh, this is a little sketchy. The message you will find secreted behind tiles where smoke is carried away from the depiction of statuesque evil. What? And now be away, but don't forget the task that Safalan set for you. For why else would you be here? Okay. Near the Meyerditch Mareki. Meyerditch is back here, right? No, Meyerditch is here. Okay. On the fireplace near the Meyerditch Mareki base. Bird of Rot is the other one. Oh, we need to like run all the way down. Okay, we'll take a jog. So after I'm done with this quest, I think the next thing I'm going to do is fix up my boat so that I can do Barracuda trials, and then we'll go from there to do a 5K, and I think I'll just do it on Valley rooftops. I think for a 5K, I'll only get about 6K agility XP, which is pretty awful, but you know what can you do? Oh, darn it. I thought I could talk to the Firewatch on top of the wall here. Send me to the mines. I'm gonna keep 2 cakes because I only need 3 inventory spaces. Don't forget to stay hydrated. As far as what I'm gonna AFK tonight, I guess I'm doing sailing. I would really like to get thieving up, but I should do sailing. I do get to try the new Barracuda trials though, so like a bunch of new stuff for sailing that I get to try. So it'll be fun. Not super AFK, but I can do it while I'm sitting down, I guess. So that's pretty nice. Cart is now full. Conway, by the way, if you're still in chat for the YouTube, there's a Discord link um, in the YouTube description. If you want to join. No pressure if you don't, but it's always good to have people in the Discord and hang out. I did used to do raids on Tuesdays using my other account with people from chat. I've been trying to decide what I want to do there, because I do want to do like a night where I can play with viewers, but I also want to progress this account, so it's kind of hard. Because if I'm playing on the other account, doing raids and stuff, I can't progress this account very much. If I'm doing something AFK, I guess, but yeah, it's just kind of hard to find that balance. But I do want to do something with viewers to just hang out, have a good time. So, haven't quite figured it out. That's fair. It's kind of a time-intensive game. Do you just watch on YouTube then? TOA Tuesday again? Yeah, I think so, right? I think it'd be fun. Usually I'm working while listening on the background. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, it's a perfect RuneScape content is good for the most part background noise. I feel like my videos not so much maybe. As far as like background noise. Someone commented on my last video and was like, there's too much stuff, like too many memes. Drop the memes. I just want to listen to your voice. And I was like, oh, okay, well, like I like the memes, so I don't know what to tell you really. I do think that there was maybe one too many, or a couple too many in the last video, but I enjoy them. I think they're funny, so I'm gonna try and find like a happy balance or a good balance between the two. But yeah, for the most part, RuneScape videos are good background noise. Second monitor shenanigans. Yep. Gotcha. Yeah, I figured that's how it would happen, and I don't know if that's like a good thing or a bad thing. So, I don't know. I like the memes, but I can definitely see why some people would prefer not so many. So I'm gonna dial it back a little bit for the next video. So we'll see how it goes. I think I have a couple rants that I want to go on, just talking about the state of the account, where I'm gonna go from here, and the state of my YouTube channel. Because I'm not that far in, but like my first couple videos were pretty regular. Like every 2 weeks I released one. And now it's been like 2 months, so okay, so there's just notes on a laboratory. The videos are short and condensed, so they're better for watching. The memes were fine. You hit a good portion of info, narration, and memes. Yeah, I kind of agree, right? Like longer RuneScape videos are suited better for rants. But mine are pretty condensed. Yeah, that's fair too. I think it's just a lot of learning that I need to do. I do want to see about maybe extending the length of my videos just a little. Because right now I think they are pretty short. I think they're super condensed. Um, and that's true. The speed of the videos is relying on account progression. And we were zooming through the first little bit, so just because I was on probably a little bit too much, little more than I probably should have been. I was on 8 hours a day at least for the first 3 months. Um, it was a third of my time because I was at like 28, 29 days when we hit 3 months for this account, which is a lot. That's a lot of time, especially considering I didn't AFK while I was editing. There's just so much time. I needed to dial it back, so. So 9 hours a week is enough for like active gameplay. That's a lot of game time. All right, we're gonna find the laboratory because while I'm not actively gaming on the stream, for the most part I'm still AFKing. Hey, Alchemy, Volume 1. This is where we have to telegrab. Returned to Safalan. Super complex. Maybe Safalan will know what to do with it. Safalan? Safalan? How do I get back there? Okay. The other thing too that I think like kind of got me stuck in a rut was having pretty high expectations for what I wanted to achieve. And just seeing what other people like new accounts were doing. Sorry, like new YouTube accounts. And mine wasn't as fast as some of them, but I think it was actually like looking back on it, I think it's still pretty darn good growth for a new YouTube channel. And I'm being like way too hard and critical on myself on that. I do actually have a life, but there's some people that are just like, there's one dude who did a Slayer randomizer. He built a Slayer randomizer, and he has like 2 or 3 videos up, and has like 25k subs. And I saw that, and I was just like, oh, like that's like okay, I guess, right? But yes, that's true. But it's just kind of like we're doing different stuff. I'm trying to build like a super Chadley account, and he's just kind of going like he can play while he's sitting, right? His editing is also much better than mine was. I unfortunately have no editing experience going into this, so it's going to be a little bit rough, but I'm learning. So yeah, it's been fun. It's been a good learning experience, if nothing else. And if nothing else, it's been good exercise. And I know what I did. That's a good accomplishment. There's 500 miles, by the way. We're at 500 miles. Wait, 1 second. I gotta slap 500 miles on Spotify. That's Pog. 500 miles. Okay, we just need to go back to Bird Rot to complete the quest, so I'm gonna tell you back there with with the minigame teleport, and we're done with the quest. 500 miles. That's sick. I have someone made, I think it's AI. It's got to be AI, but I'll send it in the Discord. Let me pause the treadmill real quick. Okay. Okay, I just sent it, but it's like someone sent me a it's really good. It's super funny. I'm sure it's AI. Um but it's pretty good. Now I just need um now I just need to pay someone to do it, to sing it for me. Um but yeah, it would be such a good song to incorporate for 500 miles. You'll do it for free? Thank you. Okay, we'll start it up. But yeah, 500 miles. That's sick. And Mitch was here for it. I don't think anyone else was, but you were here for it. Although the YouTube live, like YouTube streaming, doesn't actually tell me how many. It doesn't accurately tell me how many people are watching. So okay, cool. Here's the message. I'm a private for the Meyer key. Awesome. You've done well. I'd say you've earned a break. Before you go though, here's a little something to thank you for your hard work. A tome of experience. We're dumping that in herb lore. 6K herb lore XP. That's awesome. Okay, now I'm not sure what we do now. What was I gonna do? Upgrade the I was gonna upgrade my boat so I can do Barracuda trials tonight. But I want to store my camo top first. Can I not store that? Oh wait, that doesn't go here. That goes here. Only items from 2 sets may be stored. Okay, well, I will just drop it for now then, because stale baguette means too much to me. We're working towards sins. I'd die for this crusty bread. Yeah, stale baguette's pretty good. Okay, bye camo top. I guess you aren't good enough for us. Gonna clear up my inventory a little bit now. Okay. I think I need for the oak mast. I need 10 oak logs. 40 iron nails and 5 bolts of linen. We're probably going to have to carry some weight for this. I'm fully expecting to. That would be awesome, actually. That would be super nice. Thank you, Captain Conway. I appreciate that a lot. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to drop one item to make enough space for the nails. And I think I just dropped the fire runes and I can purchase them in Port Sarim after. Okay, let's take a jog. Oh man, it feels good to have traveled 500 miles on this thing. That is so sick. Iron nails. I need cloth as well. 5 bolts of cloth. Bolts of linen. I need bolts of linen. Where do I get those? Hold up. I don't know where to get those. Do I have to make these? There's no way I have to make these, right? Um, bolts of linen can be created at a loom with 2 linen yarn. Where do I get linen yarn? Using flax on a spinning wheel. So I need 10 flax. Okay. Yeah, let's go pick some flax, I guess. Cool. I'll send one. Give me 1 second. And then I'll update the description after the stream tonight. There we go. That should work. 9, 10. Yeah, I can do that. Awesome. Good to have you in, dude. Wait, where am I going? Linen yarn. Oh, and then I have to use a loom, right? Created at a loom. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna go to Auburn Vale, I think. It said that that was a good option. Hey, where's this loom? Over there. Other side of the town. Awesome. Okay. Now we can go to Valador. Cool. This mask is gonna be sweet. I wonder if I don't know. Um, but I need an iron helm, oak masts, and linen sails. Okay, so I don't know how I make the iron helm though. 3 oak planks, 6 iron bars. Okay, I'm gonna stop the treadmill too while I'm at it and toss the backpack on. Okay, cool. Um, got the 10 kilos on my back. So we should be good to carry all this stuff. Okay, cool. I'll need to get a new axe. Actually, I'm gonna drop my runes for now. No, I'll just get a new axe. I do need to drop the runes for a hammer and saw, though. So I'll come back to Port Sarim when I'm done and buy them again so I can teleport around. But this will be good for the mast and sails, and then I'll upgrade the hull, and then we'll do our 5K. Sailing is so chill, and I really like the music for it. It just kind of slaps. It's got the right amount of calm to it's just chill. It's just chill music. Yeah, the calm to jaunt ratio. That's a good way of describing it. It is. It hits really good. Whoever did the music deserves a nice bonus. Because it's really good. It slaps. Very well done. Can I upgrade my boat from where I was at in Port Sarim? I might have not needed to come out all here. Come out all the way. I think I probably could, but... Okay. How do I upgrade my mast? Modify basic cargo hold. Examine sails. Linen sails with a wooden mast. All. I don't know what I'm doing here. Okay, well, let me stop the treadmill and open the wiki or something. Because I don't know how to upgrade the modify boat schematics. Is that it? Let's check that out. Okay. There it is. Yep. Okay. Sails. Oak mast and linen sails. It increases the speed boost duration. That's pretty nice. We're gonna build that. It gives us construction XP. Not a lot. Not worth it, but... But any little bit is nice. Okay. Now we just need to go get some oak planks for the iron hull. And 6 iron bars, I think. Iron helm. 6 iron bars, 3 oak planks. I guess I can take my backpack off too. I'm not carrying any weight right now. Cool. Nice stuff. I need a pickaxe. Let's go get that. Oh, I forgot to buy runes. So I don't have fire runes to teleport to Varrock. Unfortunate. It's fine. Oh, we're gonna hit a hydration checkpoint while we go into Alcarid. I forgot about these. Granted, we haven't had them for that long, so everybody sip up. Gotta stay hydrated. Hydrate emote next. I don't know if you've seen them, but Brita, like the water filter company, actually posts some pretty good memes. And there's one with a dancing shark that is singing a song that they wrote, and it's pretty good. I'll link it to you later, but it's good stuff. Everything's going wrong in his life, and he's like, but at least I'm hydrated. And you know, somewhat I can relate to that. Sometimes everything goes wrong, and at least you're hydrated. Or hopefully you're hydrated. Hydrate emote next should go, we should do that. Maybe it should be a hydrate or dihydrate emote. I'm gonna have to toss the weight, the backpack back on for weight for this. So I'm gonna stop the treadmill while we're mining. Okay. There's the 11 kilo backpack. Hopefully we don't need to make 2 trips for iron. That would really suck. That's 12 kilos. Do I dare drop the pickaxe? I think I keep the pickaxe and we'll just come back in case. We'll come back if we need more iron ore. I could add more weight, but I don't really care right now. We're gonna take a jog over to the furnace though. We jogging with 10 kilos? I really do need to get a weight vest. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Milk and bananas are great. Yeah, I've been trying to stay on top of bananas. And then for sodium, This is just like the first time I popped in chat. Yeah, I need to be better at that, but for sodium, I've been every now and then I'll crave ramen, and I know that my body needs the sodium. But I have been trying to eat more bananas. They help my joints too. So I've been trying to stay on top of that. And milk, I love. Yeah, I love getting a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with like half an inch of peanut butter. I love peanut butter, and a good cold glass of milk with that just goes hard. So that's like my snack. I'm not a big snack food person, like chips and stuff. But a good peanut butter and jelly with just tons of peanut butter coats the top of your mouth. Ooh. That's good. That's good stuff. That was like in high school, I'd come home from swim practice, and that was the go-to snack. Giant peanut butter sandwich. Okay, I think I should be good at 5 iron. It's just good calories. Yeah. Yeah, peanut butter is like not... It's pretty fatty. It's not super healthy, but... But I'm skinny enough that I'll be okay with the peanut butter and jelly every now and then. I think my body, like you said, needs the carbs. So, but I'm trying to up the protein game too. So, cottage cheese is my go-to for cheap protein. I've been making nice protein shakes though. I made a chocolate cheesecake a couple weeks ago, and had some chocolate mousse left. And I mixed that in with my protein shake, and it tastes like a Wendy's Frosty. It was so good. Okay, there's the 6 iron bars I need. I might as well smelt these for the smithing XP while I'm here, and then drop the bars. It's not a lot, but every tiny bit counts. Okay, I can take off my backpack as well. I might just leave it on. I'm gonna have to put it back on for the oak planks. I hate cleaning my blender, although I guess I use the immersion blender and that thing's super easy to clean. I don't have a problem with it. The thing that I need to be careful about is just keeping soda on hand. I don't like having caffeine in my system. Makes me anxious. I've noticed that having caffeine just makes me anxious, even just a little bit. Well, a little bit's fine, but if I drink I've noticed that now I've weaned myself off of it, and I've noticed if I drink even just 2 sodas, or like I'll drink soda multiple days in a row, that it's bad for me, personally. So I've been trying to cut back on that. That's the one that I crave. But I bought to help me with that, I bought a soda stream. It's not a soda stream, but something like that. Yeah, I've been trying to limit myself to 1 can of soda a day max, and the last couple days I broke that rule. And I'm gonna try to even not do the 1 can of soda, because it's all my sugar for the day. So I don't want that. It's just it's not super healthy. And I've like that's my one thing that I do eat sugar wise for the most part. Like if I have a milkshake one day, I won't drink soda that day. But soda is my weakness. That's the one thing it's just hard for me to kick if I have it on hand. The Soda Stream helps with that. I don't like diet sodas. I just hate the taste. And I know I'll get used to it, but to me, it's like if I'm drinking soda, I might as well just go for it. So seltzer water is my way around it because the carbonation is, I think, what I really get behind. So I've been carbonating stuff. Like squeeze a grapefruit and carbonate like half a grapefruit and carbonate. Where am I going? Runes. That's where I'm going. Half a grapefruit in like almost a liter of water goes pretty hard. So I'm just trying to keep like that. Lemons and lime juices as well. Carbonate those. And even just plain water carbonated. But yeah, that's my... Not a big fan of diet soda, so that's my solution to it. I need to turn off the RuneScape music now. Go back to Spotify. Okay. Sawmill. A carbonated natural juice is better in every grade except for convenience. Yeah. Yeah, it's really not that bad. One thing that I've found too is you can buy like dehydrated lemon. They just like crystallize it. And that's what I put in here. It's just like one packet of it. And it just tastes like you put a lemon slice in your water because it's not a lot, but it's enough that you can notice it. And it's so much better. Like I know juice is you have to be careful with juice too because it's also high in sugar. But if I'm just doing half a grapefruit in a liter of water, that's not a lot of juice at all. It ends up being like 2 tablespoons of juice, which is not enough sugar to... Like, it's just enough to taste it, but I'm not worried about the sugar at that point. But the one that... Sometimes I'll carbonate apple juice and cut it with water just a little bit. So it tastes like the sparkling cider you can get at the store. And that I treat like a soda because it's... Like, juice is so sugary, so... Okay, back to Port Sarim. And then we're doing our 5K. Since I'm taking a break over the weekend, I want to push myself just a little. Trying to think of what else I've been doing to be healthier lately. Sleep more. My sleep schedule's all sorts of whack, but I've been trying to be better at that as well. So, little bit at a time, right? Incremental improvement. Been trying to meditate too a little bit. Just like sit with my own thoughts. Having a new baby does make that a little difficult. And I'm having a hard time being consistent with that. But just like a little bit of time to think over the day and find things you're thankful for makes a huge difference in my attitude for me. I used to keep a thankfulness journal, and I haven't done that for a while, but that's something I should go back to. Did I sail back here? Did I just teleport out? I think I just teleported out, which means my boat's not here. Currently docked at the Pandemonium. Yep. Charter. Can I charter to the Pandemonium? Oh no, it's the Karamja boat. Yeah, having the new baby does make things a little hard. I feel like a lot of my time during the day that went to editing has gone to taking care of the baby over the last month. Um, so that has made it a little hard, but it's still something I wouldn't like. I'm still super grateful to have her. It's just going to take a little while to get used to the new schedule and responsibility there. Yes. Yep. Um, we are. Me and my group of buddies are going out tomorrow. We're gonna go get sushi, celebrate a couple birthdays in the group, and then play some card games back at my place after, because face-to-face socialization is something for me that is very important. I'm pretty extroverted, and it's nice to chat on Twitch, right? But you're right, Captain Conway. Face-to-face socialization is very different than socialization on the internet. Um, it's just something that you need to do, or at least I do. I think everyone does, right? We're social creatures. Um, I need some repair kits because my boat's slammed up. Yeah, the weekend get-togethers are great. My boat's my boat's slammed, but we have the iron helm and the oak mast now, so we're good. We're Gucci gang. Okay. Not seeing faces can lead to depression. Yeah, I believe that. Um, Sitting at home during the pandemic and work from home after definitely has convinced me that that's true. So okay, I think I'm gonna take my ship back to Port Sarum so I don't have to take the charter. And then we're gonna go to Valley. I also need to figure out how to make repair kits before before we're done. Pandemic reversed my introversion. Into in-person get-togethers goaded. Yeah, I think it's like I think it's all like dependent on where you're at, right? Because I think your I think introversion and extroversion can change based on your environment. Um, like if you're in person for work, I think like for me, if I'm in person for work, my need for getting together outside of work for like hangouts is much less, and I'm okay with just playing on the internet because I got the time face to face at work. So I think it all depends. So pandemic, yeah, it did a it changed the world. For the better, for the worse, I don't know, but changed my outlook on things for sure. Okay, time to go to Fally. A little scared for this 5K. I don't know why. Let me get a stopwatch going. Before we go to, I'm gonna run to the bathroom. So let me stop my treadmill, and I'll be right back. All right, we Gucci gang. Gotta set some hydration checkpoints. Ooh. What if I do one like every 5 laps? Although it's kind of hard because like drinking water while I'm running on the treadmill is a little tricky. So, okay, we're starting her up. Good to move again. Oh, safety dance? This song goes hard. Okay, stopwatch is pulled up. And I'm gonna hit the run button and start it. 5K is in progress. Awesome. We might hit 61 agility tonight. We're so close to leveling up on Herblore too from that Darkness of Hollowvale quest reward. Getting to 60 herb would be pretty nice. Although I do want to keep my herbs to later in the 60s if I can help it, because of how mastering mixology works. Yo, GHG! I was actually just thinking about you today. I was going to ask you how your account was going after the stream. Your exercise account, because I haven't heard from you in a while. How you doing, dude? We're back. We're doing a 5K, doing some agility. Super good to hear from you, dude. Hope you're doing great. Okay, I gotta take a drink. I don't even know what that is. What is that? Maple Idol? Is it like Maple World? Gotcha version of Maple Story. Nice. Okay. I said Maple World. Yeah, Maple Story. Maple World is when you live in Canada. The Great White North. Way up above the states. No worries. I've actually been there was a 2 week stretch where I wasn't streaming. 61 agility. Because I had to help. It was like 2.5. So the past month for me has been pretty busy too. So don't worry about it at all. There's no obligation there. We're just here to hang out and have a good time. But yeah, wife had a surgery on her wrist, and I needed to help take care of the baby. So I was I was MIA for a while too. And it was nice. It was good to take a little bit of a break. Um, it's healthy. So, it was, she had a cyst in her wrist. It's been bugging her for years, and we didn't know what it was. And then one day you could just like see it. Like it wasn't there, and then she had like this lump. It's kind of funky looking. But it was like a 15-minute procedure. Ganglion cysts, yep. It was a 15-minute procedure, super easy to take out. And it was just a matter of helping her while she gave her wrist a break for a bit. So, wasn't bad at all. Smash it? Ooh. It was too big to smash. I'm sure there's those people who do it though. But yeah, it was just too big. It wasn't quite ping pong ball size, but it was pretty close. That's gnarly that people would smash that. Yeah, and it was weird because like I think the muscles in her wrist were just like compressing it, right? And because it wasn't there, like you couldn't see it. Ugh, that's gnarly. But yeah, it wasn't there. You couldn't see it. And she'd had problems with her wrist for a while where it would just like hurt some days, and we didn't know why. She bought like a wrist brace to help with it, and then one day you could just see the cyst, and it was like, oh, So that's probably what it is, isn't it? I need some good running music. Sailing is, they've got a good base for it, in my opinion. Yeah, it's always going to be those. They've got a great base for it, and I'm excited to see where it goes. But you can tell right now that it's still a pretty early skill. But it feels good. Right before you hopped on, we just finished upgrading our boat, so I can do some sitting gaming on this account for once. When I hit 30 yesterday, I was going to do some Barracuda trials and quickly found out that I couldn't do it because I needed to upgrade my boat. So I did some AFK stuff on the boat. Kind of. I set up the treadmill for so I could take 2 steps each time I log in, because when you log in, it teleports you on the boat back to the helm. And I needed to get to the salvaging hook. But did some salvaging, got 2 levels. Excited to see what Barracuda trials are like tonight after stream. Gonna get a snack, take a shower, do some stretching, and then sit down and game. We'll see how much I do tonight. They just re-released Guild Wars, and I have a buddy who bought it for me, so we might be playing that tonight. And I have another buddy who said he was interested in Guild Wars 2, which is another MMO that's near and dear to my heart. And I said that I would level a character with him too, so we'll see how all of that goes. Okay, we're 10 minutes in to the 5K. 26 more minutes. I'm excited because I have fond memories of Guild Wars growing up, but I didn't play it that much because my brother bought it. And so, yeah, it was great. My brother bought Guild Wars, so he only let me have one character account, one character slot, sorry, on the account, which is fair, right? He bought the game. So I remember playing it, but I don't remember that much from it. I don't think I ever got out of the starting zone. I was probably 9 or 10. And then just kind of forgot about it for years. Guild Wars 2 came out in 2012, but I didn't pick it up till 2014, I think. I just didn't hear about it. And when I picked it up, I sunk a good chunk of time into it. That was my high school MMO. And to be fair, I still didn't play a lot of it. I think I only have 200-ish hours on it. It's good MMO. It's free, too. That's a great part. They did a lot of revolutionary things that changed a lot of other MMOs. It's very good quality. The transmog, how transmogging works in that game, a lot of games learn from Guild Wars 2 on. Because the rare dyes will change the texture, not just the color. Weapons change your abilities. So you have 10 abilities that rely on your 2 different weapon sets that you can switch between. And then you have 5 class abilities. And some classes have more or less. Like Elementalist, I think, has like a whole slew of abilities because they have the 4 elements, and then they have different abilities for each weapon, for each element. So that was cool. They ended up with like, what, 25, 30-ish abilities? No, more than that, because you would get 5 for each element, for each weapon. So they did a whole bunch of cool stuff like that. It was a big story MMO. And I didn't really care about the story. So I would like to, this time, if I do end up playing with him, play through the story and kind of pay attention to it. What else? Player decisions. Like, the devs would keep track of decisions players made during the story, and it would change the future outcome of the game. It's kind of like a polling system in RuneScape, but for the story. Oh, Vindictus is great. That's another one I didn't touch very much, but I remember it. What else? There's a whole bunch of stuff that was just, it was good. Oh, mount abilities. They came out with mount abilities before WoW started doing that, which is something that I think is like it's good, right? That other MMOs are learning from each other. So I'm glad that kind of glad that WoW took a page out of their book, right? I'm not a huge WoW fan. Vertical progression kind of kills me in MMOs. Guild Wars 2 is very much in horizontal progression. Oh, PvP. That's the other one. You have a different gear loadout for PvP. It's available from like level 20, I think. And as soon as you load in, you have access to high tier, like you can choose any high tier gear for your PvP character. Everyone has access to the same gear. And then when you go back, like you have a different PvP character essentially, like open world, you have different gear as PvP. And it's amazing. And you can level up doing whatever you want. You can do quests. You can level up doing PvP. You can level up completely from just exploring the map. From crafting. Crafting, I think, is actually the most efficient way of doing it. So it was just like, it felt like the devs respected you. And it was the first MMO I really played where that was the case. RuneScape, I feel like the devs care about you, but like in a sadistical sense, right? They like to watch you squirm a little bit, even if they do care about you. But Guild Wars 2 is just like, no, you can play this MMO casually. We love that. So it was cool. Very good MMO. Oh, crafting components? That was another thing. Yep. You can break down gear from your inventory, and then there's a deposit crafting material button. And it just sends all of your crafting materials straight to the bank. You don't have to make like tedious trips to go deposit stuff. Gold is account wide. Crafting materials are account wide. When you're crafting, I gotta pause my timer and stop the treadmill for just a second to take a drink. Okay. We're at 16 minutes on the 5K. 20 more minutes to go. But yeah, crafting materials. You don't have to go to your bank to withdraw your crafting materials and put them in your inventory. If you're at a crafting bench, it will automatically withdraw any crafting materials from your bank to make what you're making, to make what you're crafting. Just small things like that. It just felt like the devs cared. and like they played MMOs. So much quality of life stuff. Oh, baby. Does feel good to be back on the treadmill, though. But yeah, other than that, I was taking a break. Any funny Thanksgiving stories? No, I don't remember if you know Tucker, but from chat. But Tucker had Indian food for Thanksgiving. His local Indian restaurant does like Thanksgiving style dinners. So they had what is it where you cook the chicken in a clay pot? Uh Chicken, can't remember what it is. But they cooked the turkey. Um Tandoori, yep. Thank you, Mitts. They had tandoori turkey. Brain doesn't work while I'm treadmilling. They had tandoori turkey and like something else that was butter chicken, and man, it sounded so good. I'm hungry just thinking about it. What about you? How was your Thanksgiving? Yeah, it sounds so good. 16 more minutes. Oh, surprise exam. I actually got to take this. Herblore XP incoming. Oh, oops. Fancy a drink. Random jump scare. Yep. But I think that will level us up to 57. Let's go. We fried a turkey with a blend my dad taught me. Grandpa stole like 3 times of the pies the family brought. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean he stole 3x of the pies? Ooh, is that too loud? I turned it up a lot. There you go. Sorry that there's no music on the YouTube one, Captain Conway. I'm not sure if you prefer that though, but YouTube doesn't like it when I put music on a stream. That's pretty funny. Oh, three, not 3x. Gotcha. That's funny. Grandpa. But yeah, my birthday was over the break as well. And I bought myself a roguelike game, and my buddy was like, "Oh, you enjoy that? Here, try Balatro." And thanks. And I had purposely not bought Balatro because I was scared of how much of my time it would take for me. And I poured so much time into it in the first couple of days. What a baller game. Yeah, Balatro it's a perfect Steam Deck game. So while I was holding my daughter and getting her to go to sleep, I could play Balatro. And I would just hold her until she would go to sleep and then sit next to her. I don't like to, there's some times where, depending on how long it takes her to fall asleep, I will whip out my phone or the Steam Deck, but I try really hard not to. Yeah, that's fair. It's very good. 23 minutes, 13 more to go. Yeah, Slay the Spire's good. That one didn't hook me quite as much as Balatro, but still very good. And it's just such a good mobile game. The other game I've been playing with buddies is Divinity Original Sin 2. And I need to get back to playing that with them. We beat Act 1, got off the island, and our momentum kind of died. We're still playing at least once a week on Sundays. But while I was taking my 2-week break, we would play. When baby would go to sleep at night, we would play a lot. Yeah, Divinity Original Sin 2. Maybe a hot take, but I like it better than Baldur's Gate. But there's reasons I have for that. I think it was mine too. I had problems with Baldur's Gate because it was a system I feel like I had already figured out. So that's like a main thing that, like, people haven't played a lot of 5e, or they really enjoy 5e, because I don't, then it's perfect, right? And then the other thing, the other thing I probably didn't play enough Baldur's Gate to really have a good opinion on this, but I always held on to spell slots in case I needed them later. Because that's like my D&D brain activating. Yes, it's very rigid. And so I always held on to spell slots because my D&D brain was like, wait, you might need these. Even though I know I could just like long rest whenever. But my D&D brain was like, it couldn't like turn that off. So Divinity Original Sin 2 felt better because there was never a moment where that's fair. It's just so long, but I guess Divinity is too. Yeah, and I'm not a big story guy, so that's another thing why I liked Divinity better. But yeah, Divinity was cooldowns, so I never felt I had to be stingy with my spells. It also just felt new, right? Like, I know a lot about Faerun, and it was cool. I do want to go back and play more Baldur's Gate, though. But it's hard for me to play alone. And my buddies played through that when I was unable to play with them. Well, actually, no, that's not true. They just found a group of 4. Before I had a chance to claim my spot in the group of 4, so. Okay, we're at 27 minutes. 9 more minutes to go. I would love to play Baldur's Gate 3. I think I need to finish Divinity first. Because there was plenty of stuff from Baldur's Gate that, like, lore-wise hooked me. I didn't get that far, but I found out some important stuff to the story, and I was like, ooh. Yeah, they're both pretty long. They're just like, there's just so much. Which isn't as a bad thing for most people. But for me with single player games, it is. I just don't ever finish them if they're too long. I had to force myself through Mass Effect. And it was worth it in the end, but like, my attention span is just like too short, which is interesting because like, I could play RuneScape for hours, but for the most part, like RuneScape, I can throw on something on the second monitor and watch. Where with other games, I can't. I need to slow down for a second, take a drink, stop the timer. But it's hard to run and drink at the same time. Okay. Running starts again, and timer starts again. I agree with that. Yeah, hand-occupying games do fill a different niche. "29 minutes. 7 more minutes. The other one I want to go back and play is Warhammer 40k Demon Gate. I didn't get very far in that, and I want to finish that. That is crazy. I didn't know it was on Switch. It would also be a great Steam Deck game. Wonder how Baldur's Gate on the Steam Deck would be. XCOM, that's fair. XCOM's a good game. I've only played a little bit of that as well, but what I played of it I liked. Yeah, Rogue Trader's the CRPG, right? That the one you're thinking of? Owlcat a Stealth? We're at 31 minutes, 40 seconds. 36 minutes is where I start the cooldown. Wait, Rogue Trader? It has co-op. Because my buddy bought it for me so we could play it together. We started it and then we didn't finish it. As is tradition. I do want to go finish it with him though. There's 32 minutes, 4 more. Another multiplayer game that I want to give it another shot at. Project Zomboid. Oh, I mean, gotcha. From Owlcat devs. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I haven't played a lot of the Pathfinder ones. I like Pathfinder, but I haven't played a lot of other CRPGs. Zomboid, yeah. When Build 42 comes out, I think I'm going to get lost in the sauce for a little bit. Yeah, we do. I think when it comes up, I might look when it comes out. I might look into hosting one because that would be fun to do with people that want to do it. It's such a good survival game. It's my favorite survival crafting game. For 34 minutes. I think when I start doing these 5Ks, one thing I might do too is slowly start turning this treadmill up. Yeah, I felt like a lot of them just kind of tried to tag along Minecraft. Like, Minecraft created the survival crafting genre. I feel like it probably was there before, but Minecraft really launched it. I feel like a lot of games just tried to imitate Minecraft. And Zomboid is just so unique. There's not really another game like it. And it's hard. That's another thing I appreciate about it. Just unforgiving and hard, which is respectable. Yeah, there isn't. I'm the same. They updated it not too long ago, so I think that they're still gonna keep going with it. I'd pay $5 more for an extra DLC on it though if it added a good chunk of content. That's the thing though, if it added more content. Because it was a good game. Okay, we'll do like the foundations were there just wasn't enough of it. We'll do one more lap. Actually, we might not even need to do one more lap. We'll just take a jog over to Port Sarim. Well, 1 second actually. We might not jog over to Port Sarim. Okay, we're past 36 though. So I can start walking. Okay. I need to look what goes into repair kits, because I think I'm going to need some. Before I log off. This is such a jam. I like this song a lot. Oak repair kits. Heals 10. Are there teak trees close to a fairy ring? I feel like there are, but I can't remember where. Tree locations. Castle Wars? Yeah, there are. I got the right over here. I got the post 5K brain. BKP on the. Okay, and then teak repair kits heal 20 damage. It's 2 teak planks, 10 steel nails, and 5 swamp paste. And swamp paste is at fishing trawler. What do I need to build them? Hammer saw. Okay. Man, I really don't want to drop the Marks of Grace, but... Because how much is a pack of amylase crystals? $136K. It is 10, but I meant like gold wise. It costs 100. Wait, need to go back. It costs 136K. So that's not that much. But I'd love to drop it to someone. I don't just want to drop Marks of Grace. And I know 136K isn't a lot, but I'll keep them for now. I'm not going to need that inventory slot because of how the even, like, we're going to end up with an even amount of inventory slots anyway. Man, I am very sweaty after that 5K. So I'll hang on to him for now. I can always drop him later if I don't want him. That was a good chunk of agility XP. I think that was like 18K. That's pretty good. It's a small portion, right? Because we're going to need to get to 700K. Man, agility is going to be an awful skill to train on this account to get to 99 if I ever decide to do that. Maxing this account would be such a Chad move, but we'll see if I can do it. Probably won't, but it would be a big flex. Okay, I can stop the treadmill for a second. I'm probably going to stretch while we do this. 99s on this account would be, yeah, it'd be pretty painful. Okay, I'm going to stretch while we're chopping some teak trees, because that after a 5K, I'm at 9 miles for today. So I think there's certain 99s that won't be, right? But like construction on this account is going to suck. Sailing's going to be easy. Fishing and mining, all the gathering skills are going to be fine. Even fletching probably won't be that bad. Crafting, Crafting is going to be interesting. I don't know what crafting is going to look like. Thieving is probably going to be fine. Going to be a little painful, but fine. All the combats will be fine. Slayer's going to be a pain in the butt. Because I don't want to have to trek back and forth. Once I get a good range set up and I don't care about keeping my hit points low, it'll probably go down. But Slayer's just so slow. It's just so slow. I'm probably going to whip out the good old Dwarf multi-cannon for Slayer. But we're at total level 1419, so that's pretty good for how long we've been gaming. But I should really just look at the XP. 13 mil XP, so like 199. Fire making probably won't be that bad. Winter Tot XP goes crazy. And there's always the bonfires I can use. Trying to figure out how I would do redwood bonfires. Yo, someone in their ship. They're doing a Barracuda trial, right? Is that what that is? Maybe not. Oh, I thought the Wrath Altar was in the Wildy. The more you know. I should probably keep walking until I can actually really stretch. Oh, I can't actually take that teak log because we need nails. I need steel nails. So I'm just going to drop that. Most of my XP too is like, what, a fourth of it is from mining alone, so. And then another big chunk of it is from fletching and woodcutting. So these three skills are half of my XP on this account that I've gained. We ended up going later than I thought it would tonight, honestly. Although I guess not. 10, it's almost 10. Make me the teak plank, sir. And then I need steel nails. I only need 50. Whoopsie. I can't sell to that. Okay, to Falador, then to Port Sarim, then to sailing. Well, not actually. To my boat, then to go make a snack and shower. Shower snack. Eat my cereal in the shower. Got any oranges? I don't. No oranges. I should get some. It's that season. It's that time of year, right? Oranges are in season. Okay. I'm gonna take a little jaunt over to the boat. Oh, that's after that 5K, my right leg was like not happy with that first stride. Okay. Where do I build these repair kits? Shipwright's workbench. Um, Shipwright Sam. Talk to Shipwright Sam? I don't know if I can do it here. What is this? Shipwright. But not a shipwright's workbench. So maybe I need to go to the Pandemonium? Alrighty. Oh man, I can stop the treadmill while we're sailing because I'm not moving. That feels good, baby. I really do want to turn the HD mod on just so that I can see everything while I'm sailing. The sailing looks much better. The rest of the game I'm fine with. RuneScape has a certain charm. But I do want to see sailing in HD. Being able to see into the water is really good. I can understand why the devs didn't do it. I'm sure there would have been so much cleanup to do with all the assets like these rocks. Like the bottom of those rocks are probably like sticking out. They would just need to do so much work to make that possible. Oh, you get twice as much XP now that I've upgraded my mast. Not like crazy, but I'm sure that little stuff like that adds up. So, okay, start the treadmill. Big upgrades, yeah. Okay, there's the shipwright's workbench. Repair kits. Teak repair kits. 5 swamp paste, 2 teak planks, 10 steel nails. Yes. I have that, right? 2 teak planks, 10 steel nails. I bought iron nails. Okay. Rip. Big rip. That's fine. Okay. I can just take the charter boat over to the Pandemonium. It'll be quicker. And I guess that's the only way to get there now, but... Okay. Let's load the treadmill down. Now I can make repair kits. It's not bad crafting XP or construction XP. I'm going to keep these. I might want to make more. What can I store in my cargo hold? Oh. Unfortunate. I was wondering if Ultimate Iron Man could get some cheeky extra storage. Okay. I'm good to log out now. Call it there after almost 10 miles today. That's good. That feels good. Okay. Thanks for coming in. GHG, it was good to see you again. I'm glad you came back to say hi. It's always good to chat. The 5K did go by quick. It was good. But yeah, gonna be on next Tuesday. Gonna take a break over the weekend. Have some stuff to celebrate tomorrow. And yeah, just need a break. Gonna do some editing though. Need to get that next video out. So, okay. Awesome.